Not bad for a season opener. Not bad at all. Arsenal grabs a 3-0 win against the newly promoted Fulham in Matchday 1. And man, what a way to start it. Alexander Lacazette grabs a very early goal to start the match, 8th minute. This play develops because Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is able to keep the ball up inside Fulham's defensive third. And the ball landing squarely in the box in front of Willian, he is able to just try to shoot that away. Fulham's goalkeeper, however, if he didn't concede this goal by Alexander Lacazette, in my mind, he would have made the highlight reel. But once Willian is trying to just, manipulate around some, whatever space he had and couldn't get the shot off, and you have the goalkeeper kind of spilling the ball, Alexander Lacazette is right there, poached that shit, presence of mind to just net it in. 1-0 to Arsenal. VAR does have to check to make sure it's a good goal, and as we always say, kids, VAR giveth and VAR taketh, and in this scenario, VAR giveth. And 1-0 up to the Arsenal. But despite only being 1-0 up, you have Fulham constantly, trying to pressure Arsenal inside the defense, keeping Bernardino honest. And I think the efforts of Fulham is going to go really underlooked here, especially in that first half. But off both teams go at halftime, two very different talks most likely, right? One team's up 1-0, the other's down 1-0. But for Arsenal, as soon as you got back into the second half, a fucking bitch slap in the form of a set-piece goal where Willian takes the corner. Ball swings straight into the center. And you had Gabriel netting his debut goal, 49th minute of the match. And man, the Brazilian connection is real. Willian was just unbelievable with this delivery. And Gabriel with the header just really pressuring Fulham to respond back. But it's Arsenal who continues to press, who continues to be, a bitch slapper, really. And the final stamp really comes in the 57th minute where Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang scores a wonderful goal that honestly has to be talked about from how it developed from the midfield. Now, the curious part about this game is the lineup was a bit different. As we talked about with Willian was starting in the starting 11, partnered alongside with Alexander Lacazette and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to make up the front three. The midfield four with the two wingbacks of Ainsley Maitland-Niles and Hector Bellerin was met alongside with Granit Xhaka and Mohamed El Neni, while the back three was commandeered by Kieran Tierney, Gabriel, making his debut, and Rob Holding. Bernardino, obviously, the goalkeeper, but what was curious was this goal from Aubameyang really starts from the back. I forget who pitches the ball up to Mohamed El Neni. El Neni is able to get the pass wide out to Alexander Lacazette on the wing. And while Lacazette is getting fouled, the ball gets loose, and Willian is able to pick that up and make a little bit of, running space off a couple yards away. And then he crosses the ball to the left-hand side where Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is. And Aubameyang just, with the space and time, and the goal itself was just brilliant. This guy, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, he's next level. He really is. And for him to get that goal, top fucking side, dude, I felt bad for Fulham. I did momentarily, but then you realize this is Arsenal. It's another London club. There's no sympathy here. You got to win. And honestly, Arteta keeping that, starting 11, safe and intact until about the 74th minute when substitutions were made, I thought was a pretty good move. A very good way to start the season. And, bringing on guys like Pepe, Ceballos, and Nketiah, in the 76th, 79th, and 87th. I might have said 74th, so could be mistaken on that shit earlier. But substitutions were made in those respective timeframes, and Arsenal's able to close out. And the curious part, before this morning, where Leicester beat the shit out of West Brom 3-0, and technically, because of names and shit, I mean, Arsenal and Leicester are similar and same in points, but Arsenal's on top of the league. Hey, Arsenal's on top of the league, and a couple of key points that I have to make here. Mohamed Elneny seems to be a key figure in Arteta running a midfield, and honestly, I can't blame him. Elneny is a goddamn workhorse. His stamina is unreal, and I think the loan out to Turkey might have proved more beneficial to him than anything else. And I'm really hoping that Arsenal can, keep this momentum up. And next week, I believe they're facing West Ham United. They got to show out again, and hopefully, erase any doubt in cynical fans like me in our mind to alleviate what could potentially happen with the season. Obviously, Emi Martinez leaving is a bit of a dampener for a lot of you cats out there. But let me tell you right now, Bernd Leno is the number one goalkeeper. I know we love Emi Martinez. I know there was that emotional factor, especially with the FA Cup and the Community Shield and his 10-year journey in Arsenal. But the reality is, I mean, you paid all that money for Bernd Leno. And Bernd Leno, if you give him just an adequate defense, he'll actually do really well. Did you know he was leading saves for a good chunk of fucking time at Arsenal? But he had no defense. So opening the season like this is good stuff. You need the confidence like this in a season opener, especially in an away match and a fellow London rival. And man, I'm really hoping it keeps going. Obviously, another London rival in West Ham next week. So come on, you Gunners, keep this shit going. All right. So boys and girls, go ahead and follow me at the Sky Lounge and all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily contents. Come on, you Gunners. Fuck off.